Welcome back to Mona's Take, everyone. My name is Mona Rose, and today we're going to be talking about The Amazing Race. I want to give a shout out to one of my very dear friends, T-Rex, who made me this shirt. Sort of sweet, but mostly Beth Dutton. That's a show I can't wait to come back on. It's Yellowstone. Cannot wait to talk about that. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Helps my channel grow. Let me know in the comments what you think. I want this to be a discussion. I want to hear your point of view as well as mine. That's what makes it interesting. So tonight on The Amazing Race, Penn and Kim and Raquel and Kayla left out in the first group. The second group was Ryan and Dusty, Aaron and Natalia, got it right, and Lula and Layla. The first thing that they had to do was, it was an eating challenge. And what they had to eat once they got to the location was cheese that was infested with maggots. It just makes my skin crawl thinking about it. I don't like cheese to start with. I'm pretty sure I wouldn't like that cheese at all. They all did really well. They all did the challenge. They ate what they needed to very quickly and got out of there and went on to the detour. The detour was row, row, row your boat, or gently down the stream. I was really surprised everyone except for Ryan and Dusty did the gently down the stream. It was a boat that you get on, and it went on a predetermined tour, 15 minutes, had glass sides on it. They'd look for a fish, and each fish was different colors, and they had to remember the order in which they saw each fish. Go back, find a card, present it. If they got it right, they moved on. If they didn't, they had to get back on the boat and try again. Raquel and Kayla and Penn and Kim did it on the first try. They got it, and they started on to the roadblock. Ryan and Dusty had a little bit of problem with theirs because they had to be in a canoe. They had to row themselves out, and they had buoys, and they had to pull up these pink fish, and they had to have 10 of them. Well, each time Ryan would lean over to get the fish, it was letting water in the canoe. So at one point, they actually tipped the canoe over, and they had to get it back uprighted without getting water in it, which is a very hard feat, but they did it. So they left out to go to the roadblock. Lula and Layla and Aaron and Natalia, they had to do the boat trip twice because they didn't get it right on the first time. So the second time they decided that each one of them would memorize 2 and then go back and work together to solve it. And they did, and they headed out. So they get to the roadblock, and the roadblock was having to repair a fishing net. I would have loved to have done this. I think I would have smoothed through that. I can fix a fishing net. Anyway, so that was their roadblock. The ones that did the roadblock were Penn, Ryan, Kayla, Natalia, and Layla. They all pretty much had to get a couple of checks before they got it right. But everyone did pretty good. So they start finishing up the roadblock, and they head to the pit stop. Kim and Penn were the first to arrive. They won a trip to Turkey, which was really cool. And then Raquel and Kayla followed right behind them. The 4 of those actually worked together, so they did really well. They came in minutes of each other. And then third was Ryan and Dusty. And then we get to the second group, and Lula and Layla were fourth, and Aaron and Natalia were in last place. So you think finally Aaron and Natalia are going home. No, it's a non-elimination race. Are you kidding me? They got voted out. They got to come back because of the pandemic. Some of the other teams couldn't come back. So they were asked back to finish the race. So that's 2 strikes. They've already had 1 non-elimination race. If I'm not mistaken, in the first show before they had to shut down, I believe that they also had a non-elimination race. So they've had 2 non-elimination races. And they got to come back because of the pandemic, because they couldn't get the other teams to come back. Or some of the other teams couldn't come back. So they were able to come back. They've had a non-elimination race. They're in last place again today, or tonight. it's another non-elimination race. These two actually do have 9 lives. It makes me wonder if those non-elimination races are preset for certain locations, or if the Amazing Race gods are just trying to really help them out. I don't know, but I don't see them winning. So they live on to race another day. My pick is still Ryan and Dusty. However, if they don't get their stuff together, they're going to get beat. This is the second time they've come in 3rd place. Kim and Penn are beasts. That couple, they work well together. They work well off of each other, and they're killing it. And Raquel and Kayla is right there behind them. So if Ryan and Dusty don't get it together, they're not going to make it. I honestly think in the final 3 that it's going to be Kim and Penn, Raquel and Kayla, and Ryan and Dusty. But let me know in the comments what you think. That's all I have for tonight. We will be back next week with the Amazing Race. I'm going to get on Big Brother. I'm going to be watching that and get another video out later on tonight. So thank you all for sticking with me. And as always, good night and much love.